Good morning, students. Let's start with the day 4 discussion of the chapter Structure of Atom. Before starting, let us take a look at what we have already studied. We have already studied discovery of electron by cathode ray experiment, protons, neutrons and their characteristics. Also, we have came across Thomson and Rutherford model. So, the next point of discussion will be Bohr atomic model. But before starting Bohr atomic model, we should actually know that what is the nature of electromagnetic radiations, because actually the matter has been interacting with light. So, we should understand that what is that light first of all. So, today we are going to discuss electromagnetic radiation, characteristics of wave motion, and its numerical problems and electromagnetic spectrum. So as we know that most of the information about arrangement of electrons in atom has come from the studies of interaction of matter with light. So actually we need to understand this interaction, and it is necessary to understand first of all that what are the properties of electromagnetic radiation, that is the light. So let's begin. First question arises here is, what are electromagnetic radiations? So the electromagnetic radiations or waves are the waves that are created as a result of vibrations between electric and magnetic field. So there is basically the vibrations which occur in electric field and magnetic field. So if we want to generate it, how could we generate? If a charged body is kept in magnetic field, then also electromagnetic radiations can be generated. Or if we keep the magnet in an electric field, then also electromagnetic radiations can be generated. But we need to keep this in mind that both the particular electric field and magnetic field are in perpendicular motion to each other. They are transverse waves. So this line particularly here which you can see is the direction of the propagation of wave. So wave is traveling in this fashion. Electric field is this red color and magnetic field is green color. Both the electric and magnetic field are in perpendicular direction to each other, and they are also in perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave. So you need to have a look to this particular diagram here. So they are been oscillating in this particular direction. Now next point, let me study that what are the characteristics of electromagnetic radiation. So the first point we have already discussed, that the electric and magnetic fields of an electromagnetic wave are perpendicular to each other, and also they are perpendicular to the direction of the electromagnetic wave. Second point that we need to keep in mind is that the electromagnetic waves will be traveling with the constant velocity, that is 3 into 10 to power 8 meter per second. If it is not 3 into 10 to power 8, if we take it in centimeters, it will become 10 to power 10. So we need to keep this value in mind because we will be using this in various numerical problems. The third one is that electromagnetic waves does not need a medium to propagate or travel from one place to another. Light can travel through space. It is all vacuum. So here we need to keep in mind that it is not requiring any material medium to propagate. We already know that mechanical waves, when we talk about, they require a material medium to propagate. For example, if sound waves need to travel, they require a material medium known as air. Water is a material medium for water waves. Similarly, solid can be a material medium for vibrations to travel. But when we have a look at electromagnetic radiation, they can travel in a medium, they can travel without a medium as well. This was all about electromagnetic radiation. Now let's move to our next topic, that is characteristics of wave motion and its numerical problem. The waves can be of different sizes. You can see a diagram here. Wave is starting from here and this much is it. But if it is only starts from here, it's like this, it's going like this. So that way we need to know that how we are supposed to measure wave. So there are various parameters with the help of which we can measure wave. First of all, the above part from this mean position, you can see this hump-like structure, it is known as crest. So the crest is the highest point of the wave. The below part, trough, it is known as trough. It is the lowest point of a wave. So let's start with the first wave parameter, that is wavelength. So what is wavelength? The distance between two nearest crest or nearest trough is called a wavelength. So starting from here, if I am measuring the distance from here till the next consecutive crest, it will be wavelength. If I am starting from trough, from here till here, it will be wavelength. It is denoted by the symbol lambda. Is measured, if I want to measure wavelength, I'll be measuring it in centimeters, angstrom, micrometer or nanometer. But while putting it in a numerical problem, when we do, we know that speed of light is in meter or centimeter per second. Accordingly, we need to convert the lambda if it is angstrom, micrometer or nanometer. So below is the formula for wavelength, that is distance between two consecutive crest or consecutive trough, that is 2 into distance between two consecutive nodes. Node is basically this part. These are the various conversions which are flashing on your screen. If it is 1 angstrom is equal to 10 to power minus 8 centimeter, which is in turn equal to 10 to power minus 10 meters. So micrometer conversion is given to you, nanometer is given to you, centimeter into micrometer is given. So with the help of this, we can do various conversions. So the next part of the wave parameter is frequency. So what is frequency basically? It is defined as the number of waves which pass through a point in 1 second. Let's understand what is frequency. You can have a look at this diagram. Wave is being seen here. This is the starting point of the wave. This is one complete wave till here, from one node till the next one. Now in 1 second, how many such complete waves are there? That much is the frequency. So here in 1 second, supposing for example 3 complete waves have been studied. So therefore the frequency is 3 Hertz. Frequency is denoted by the symbol nu and is measured in terms of cycles, and that is cycles per second or hertz. We can also use the unit second inverse for frequency. So lambda into nu equals to distance traveled in 1 second, which is distance traveled in 1 second is nothing but c, that is your velocity of light. So nu frequency is equal to c by lambda. This formula will be used for further numerical problems. Next we will come across velocity. It is defined as the distance covered in 1 second by the wave. So the total distance covered by a wave in 1 second is known as velocity. It is denoted by the symbol c. And all the electromagnetic waves travel with same velocity, that is 3 into 10 to power 10 centimeter per second. If we take it in meter per second, then it will be 10 to power 8 meter per second. The next parameter is wave number. It is the reciprocal of wavelength. So if we are supposed to take the reciprocal of wavelength, then it is known as wave number. It is denoted by the symbol nu bar, and its formula is 1 by lambda. So automatically the unit will be centimeter inverse or meter inverse, because we actually calculate wavelengths in meters or centimeters. The next one is amplitude. It is defined as the height of the crest or the depth of the trough of a wave. So it is denoted by the letter A, and it is actually for the determination of the intensity of the radiation, how intense the radiation is. So you can actually have a look at this diagram. Amplitude is basically this particular position. From mean position, what is the height of the crest? That is known as amplitude, or we can say what is the depth of the trough. So the height which is there, that is known as amplitude of a wave. The last one is the time period. It is the time taken by the wave to complete one cycle or one vibration. It is denoted by the symbol capital T. Formula is 1 by nu. So let's have a look at the diagram. So starting from this point, if I move from one crest to another trough, and at this point, this is one wave which is completed. This is time period. So here, if I start from this point to another crest, that is time period. Now let's begin with the numerical problems of this part. The first numerical problem is calculate the frequency of X-ray having a wavelength of 1.5 into 10 to power minus 10 meter and also calculate its wave number and time period. So given here is lambda, that is wavelength. We will be first writing that it is 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 10 meter. To find frequency, wave number and time period. So these are our objectives that we need to calculate this. First one, we will be starting with frequency. So the formula of frequency is C by lambda. If the lambda is given to us is in meters, so the value for C we will use is 3 into 10 to the power 8 divided by 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 10, that's the value of lambda, and we will be coming across frequency, that is 2 into 10 to the power 18 hertz. So minus 10 will go up, it will become plus 10 and it will become 10 to the power 18. Now if it is hertz, also write it as second inverse, because velocity of light is in meter per second, lambda is in meters, so when we cut meter by meter, it becomes 1 by second. So instead of hertz, we can also use second inverse for frequency. The next one is wave number. The formula is 1 by lambda. When we substitute the value of lambda, the answer that we get is 0.67 into 10 to the power 10 meter inverse. The next one is time period. The third question was to calculate time period. So it is 1 by frequency. When we substitute the value of frequency, the answer that we get is 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 18 seconds. The next question here is calculate the wavelength corresponding to a frequency of 98.7 megahertz. So here frequency is given, we need to calculate wavelength. So first we will write the given part. But we cannot use directly megahertz, we need to convert it into hertz, and we know that 1 megahertz equals to 10 to the power 6 hertz. So that we have done the conversion. We need to find lambda. We will write first of all the formula that we know, that is frequency equal to C by lambda. Substituting the value, rearranging the term, we got lambda equals to 0.03 into 10 to the power 2 meter. And when we arrange this 10 to the power 2, it becomes 3 meters. Now let's begin with the third point of discussion, that is electromagnetic spectrum. So here in front of you, you can see an impression of the electromagnetic spectrum. You can see that it is starting from gamma rays, X-rays and going up till radio waves. And in between, you can see a visible spectrum that starts from 400 nanometers and go up to 700 to 750 nanometers. So what is this basically electromagnetic spectrum? Electromagnetic spectrum is the arrangement of various types of electromagnetic radiations in order of their increasing or decreasing wavelengths or frequencies. So basically what I can say here is electromagnetic radiation consists of many other radiations in it which are having different frequencies and or wavelengths. If we are saying that somebody is having more frequency, it will be having shorter wavelength. So high energy, low wavelength, they are inversely proportional to each other. Wavelength and frequency is inversely proportional to each other. Wavelength and energy is also inversely proportional to each other. So here you can say gamma rays is starting from minus 16, 10 to the power minus 16. That means it is having very high energy. From very high energy, as we proceed further, the energy goes on decreasing and the wavelength goes on increasing. Above, it's all the frequencies given to you. Frequency here is the highest. Gamma rays is having highest frequency, but as we move, the frequency gets lower down, and that's what we are coming across radio waves. The spectrum which we see, the colors which we are able to see, we know only this much part of the spectrum, that is the visible region of the spectrum. So electromagnetic spectrum is the arrangement of various types of electromagnetic radiations in order of their increasing or decreasing wavelengths or frequency. So this particular spectrum is known as electromagnetic spectrum. Examples of electromagnetic waves are radio waves, microwaves, infrared rays, X-rays. X-rays what we are going for examinations of our bones or something, gamma rays. So these are all about electromagnetic radiation and spectrum. Now you can see some questions have been flashing on your screen, that is define the following, what is speed of light, then numerical problems. So please do these on your copies, and with the help of today's lecture you will be able to do this. Thank you.